What are you entitled to?
Me?
Yeah.
As a DJ?
Question. Yeah.
Good fucking question. Nah, you know what? I feel like, really and truly, obviously, because I'm doing the jump off debates and that, you know.
Today we have a few guest debaters in the house. Scotty. We've got everybody. We've also got Mo the comedian. Can I say Mo the comedian or just Mo?
Just call me Mo, man.
Alright, sorry, Mo.
Which is my surname.
The topic of discussion today is what are artists entitled to versus what they think they're entitled to. Straight away what comes to my mind is an up and coming MC who thinks that he's entitled to get into every single club or rave in London for free and kicks up a stink when he doesn't.
I don't think any artist should just assume that they can get in for free anywhere. I put on dances myself, yeah? And the one thing that pisses me off is when an artist turns up to my dance feeling like they can just get in for free. At the end of the day, you probably are going to get in for free if you call me. At the end of the day, you're a normal person. If you want to jump the queue or you want to get in for free, then you have to do what normal people do and pick up the phone and call me. You're probably the one making this perception of you having the most money, so why don't you come and pay to get into my dance? You're spending £1,500 on red bottoms and you have a problem with coming into my dance, then you're a sucker.
I understand that, but for me it's not necessarily they can't afford a ticket. It's kind of like how they feel when they get into a club for free. It kind of gives them status, kind of makes them feel like they're better than everyone else that couldn't get in a club for free. Kind of makes them feel like this is why I've been rapping, because I can get into clubs for free and people treat me with more respect and I get more privileges because I'm this guy and that guy, so it's a status thing.
I understand the queuing thing, but don't come to me on a thing like you're just going to come in for free.
But does that then make it hard for you in terms of your friendship?
No, do you know what I do? I just pull the man to the side and I just say, oh girl, and I say, dog, just call me.
No, you know what? I agree with that. Why do artists think that just because they're an artist and people know who they are, that automatically guarantees them entry into a club for free? That's bullshit. But what I say to that is because I think the artist is thinking, oh, I can't queue up because when I queue up, it makes everyone else in the queue think that I'm the same as them.
Sometimes they want people to think they're sort of better than what they are. So you might have a well-known MC and he wants people to think he's really rich, and sometimes I don't really have that much money, but he wants to come across like that, so he'll try and get in the VIP bit and get a bottle of Moe for no reason really other than image. I think it's quite sad.
It's just the artists wanting to feel like they're better than everyone else.
And the thing is for me, I've got so much respect. I know people are talking about this whole respect thing, oh, if man see me queuing in the queue, they won't rate me, blah, 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 they'll lose respect for me. If I see someone who's an artist queuing in a queue of normal people...
Like more respect for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you will respect them because it's like you haven't let it go to your head, but then at the same time, to be a celebrity, you have to project a certain image. So if you're there queuing up, it's like, yeah, you know, you're being down and you're real, but it's like, people will question how big are you really, in it. So I think that's why artists know that, so they kind of think that if I'm rolling up to a club, I got my entourage and I can just walk straight through and go in my VIP and pop champs and look like I'm a baller. Because then if you don't, people are just like, they're not really on this thing, do you know what I mean?
Oh my god, what am I entitled to? I am entitled to absolutely nothing! I mean, it's nice if someone wants to offer me guest list, free drinks in a club, some clothing. I don't mind supporting any brands of clothing or anything if you wanted clothing on the debates, but I don't expect anything, and I think that's where people go wrong.
There's other people who look at them and be like, oh man, you must not be selling enough records if you're like in the fucking queue.
But then again, I think sometimes if you're in a queue, they can approach you on more of a humble tip because you're like, yeah, he's a humble dude, this queuing like us. Like, yeah, walking past us and saying, fam, let man in the club.
You don't respect other people. I fucks with that frame of mind, but there's cunts out there that will just assume that because you maybe 20,000 people downloaded your mixtape that you should be on some bigger things. There's fans out there that have that perception of artists, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a bit of both because there's pressure for the artist to give off a certain perception as well. There was an incident when Wretch 2 wanted to come to Jump Off. Jump Off were happy to say, you know what, Wretch can get in for free. But because there was an incident where the bouncer was like, oh, I guess this is shut or whatever, Wretch couldn't get in for free even though he was on the guest list. Other artists would have fucking left. Wretch went in the fucking queue. So this is an artist that's actually got a #1 at the time and is happy to go in the fucking queue at Fabric. That's someone I fucking respect just based off that act alone. And all you arrogant MCs that think you're top shot, learn from Wretch 2. Fuck your bullshit arrogant shit because it's not needed.
You got people like Rihanna, even that she got like people taking photos of her today, like taking the train. So when they want to come along about they want to get in for free, I kind of see it as, who are you? From like global superstars are doing these things, you're like, there's levels in it. It depends what kind of caliber of artist you are.
That's exactly
whether you
what
can
I
get
was
away
gonna
with
say.
certain things. You have to have a kind of superstar status around you. I think like a lot of guys, they'll get a bit famous from doing whatever track or boom and boom. From that little bit of fame, it's like they'll let it go to their head and then suddenly think, oh yeah, like I got bare followers on Twitter, like man should be able to do this and that. that, and it's like, it's not that. At the end of the day, you're still a normal person. Fair enough, you may be hot right now, but this is the UK, and all that kind of hype doesn't even last.
This whole thing about the queuing thing as well, as she said, it does kind of depend on the caliber of the artist, because there are some artists who, if they're outside too long, maybe somebody might catch them slipping. It can be a bit of a touchy thing, innit?
I think depends what level of artist you are, to be honest. Maybe Jay-Z might be able to come to the club and just say, look, gotta go in, I'm Jay-Z. But then again, if you're Jay-Z, you're not really gonna go with your entourage and talk to the club owner and stuff.
What are you entitled to?
Me?
Yeah.
As a DJ?
Yeah.
Good fucking question.
Nah, you know what? I feel like, really and truly, obviously, because I'm doing the jump off the bass and that, you're supposed to let me in for free, because I might give you some promotion. But with saying that, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna keep it 100. I have no problem supporting anything. If you're doing a show, Mo, I have no problem paying. But I might say, yo, is it alright if man, I don't want to queue? I just don't want to queue. I don't want to queue.
Firstly, you need to actually decide what an artist is. You've got people like MCs and singers that are actually in the public eye, and then you have people like producers you might not recognise. There's people like songwriters. You'll see the singer as the artist, but in my opinion, they're not the artist. It's the songwriter that's the artist, because they're creating the art. Some people are just going to expect to get into a club just because they've been on Big Brother. They're not artists. They're just people that have been on telly.
A certain artist who's big now or whatever, the person who's supporting them wants to come into their concert, rave, gig, whatever for free. They need to understand that there could be 100, 200, 300 other people out there who've also supported that artist, who are also trying to get in for free. The artist is trying to get somewhere and do something, and if all these 300 people want to try and get in for free, how are they going to do anything?
People in London are very fucking spoiled. That's the problem about it. And so it's like, when you have a spoiled attitude or a spoiled vibe, you're going to go on like a spoiled motherfucker.
I think you hit the nail on the head, because London is such a big place of opportunity and got so much industry stuff going on that people from outside of London seem to be a bit more humble. So if you are living in London and you're getting things for free left, right and centre, then when you don't get that thing for free, you might be a little bit pissed off, but it is that whole spoilt mentality, and I completely understand that.
You should be humbled that people are even like listening to your stuff or whatever. Why are you going around demanding everything like you're the best of the best? A couple of days ago, you were no one knew who you were.
You know what though? Nobody wants to queue though.
No, but you know what? It's not. You know what?
It's all down to their image. They just want to be seen as, like, you get artists that say, oh, I'm real, I'm in touch with my fans, but then the very same artists will try and get in for free even though they haven't been invited, or they might not be seen as sort of to do with that event.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll come across and say, yeah, I'm really real, this is who I am, like, and you'll see on their Twitter and their Facebook that they're all like talking to their fans. And then when it comes to the event, they don't want to be with the fans, they want to be on their own.
Yeah, in the VIP, which is boring in most situations. I've been in VIP areas, it's just me that thinks VIP is boring.
I understand with certain artists, they might feel vulnerable. Like if you're an MC and you talk about certain things and you know people are saying to you on Twitter, fam, when I see you, it's on. Obviously, you don't really want to be queuing up. Like,
Then don't say it in the first place, quite simple. Think about your actions before you do them.
If you do feel vulnerable in a queue and you are one of them MCs, my thing is that you might need to reconsider what you write about in your raps then. Because if you haven't worked that out before you went to go and queue up, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's my fucking response to that.
but I don't know.
Like, you can't, just because you're an artist doesn't make it any different.
I think more.
But it gives you a bit more of a privilege in a sense where you might know somebody, so you might feel like, all right, cool. Let me just turn up. I might know somebody, and they're gonna. Because
But how arrogant is that? Let me just turn up.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's some arrogant shit.
I know that it is a bit arrogant, but at the end of the day, yeah, as an artist, there's a possibility that you might know somebody
Yeah, so
who can bring you
should
through.
also accept that if you're standing outside in the fucking queue, in the rain, in the cold, that's just what happened, isn't it?
If an artist turns up to a club, they can't expect the DJ to just play all of their songs, innit? If you're turning up to a club to rave, you just have to rave. You hear your music all day. You hear your music yesterday, you're gonna hear your music tomorrow. You don't have to expect me as the DJ to play your songs in the club. I do what I want to do. Look at the t-shirt, dog.
You should be able to accept that if that's the deal.
Wrong to try, though. There's nothing wrong to try. Going to the front and saying, right, what? Like, oh,
I think
what?
if you know
Oh,
someone
there's
who's doing
security
the event,
key.
then it's
What?
not that bad.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it depends who you know.
I think if it's an event where you know someone putting on the event and your friend's at the door or something, you might want to say, oh, bruv, is it possible you could get me in? Just on a friendship tip. That doesn't mean because I'm this person or...
But then what if they say no?
If they say no, you need to go back to the queue. You
but-
can't be...
But then you're gonna be pissed off.
Not me necessarily, because I'll just be in the queue and I'm just thinking, okay, my boy is one of the people promoting this rave. I'm
Yeah.
saying, bruv, can you get me in? No? Alright, cool. I'll queue
I'm
up.
back to the queue.
I'm a comedian, I go on stage, I make people laugh. If I go to a club, I'm not expecting to get in for free. Oh, I want free t-shirts from people. Like, this is my friend's t-shirt. t-shirt, I bought this from him because I'm supporting my friend. I'm not even there to even expect to say I should have this. If people want to give me free stuff, then I'm all for it. But for the meantime, I'll still go out, support my friends, or go to clubs and pay. It doesn't faze me, to be honest.
But a lot of people do not do that. The majority of people will be pissed at, hold on a minute, you're my friend, I helped you before, and now you don't want to let me in free, now I've got to go to the back of this queue. Fuck off, I'm not even coming in.
That's a bit bad man on your friend though, because you got to think, well, bruv, like, because if I put myself in that situation, like, oh bruv, you're a dickhead, bruv, can't put me in. And I'm thinking, bruv, like, I should just be patient.
No, the problem is, like, some of the artists and stuff that do that, they ain't friends with any of them. They just turn there on a thing like, I am who I am, so you have to really let me in.
If you go to a club that your friend's putting on and you're expecting to go in, and you talk about, I'll get this money and tear, you can't really say like, I should be able to go in. You've got the money to pay, then pay, you know what I mean? If you're wearing all these nice Louis Vuitton trainers and belts and that, then what's £10 to get into a club?
People need to stop being cunts and need to respect other people's business. Like, if I'm fucking putting on an event, yeah, you gotta understand that you're not the only fucking person I know. Like, I could know like 300 other fucking people that want to get in for free.
But the artist is thinking, if I turn up in this dance, I'm making it look good for you, G, because I'm here.
Yeah, that's
Because I'm here.
That's what you might be thinking though.
Yeah, I'm not saying me. I'm just saying what an artist might be thinking. If I'm Jay-Z, I'm gonna be thinking to myself, bruv, like, I'm Jay, innit? By me being in here, you might get an extra 5,000 people coming here next week because they might think that Kanye's coming next week.
I guess what it is that people are putting themselves too much of a highest pedestal.
You know that when they make you book specific things, and I can only have this type of water up that and try to
That doesn't make sense. I think it's Mariah Carey, she wants a room at a certain temperature, which is like, why? Why do you want that? Are you like, is there a certain temperature like where you like boil or something?
That's going
But what if it's for a medical reason though?
Yeah, that's what I mean. For medical reasons,
Yeah, but
But there's other things that she wants like.
Now, if it's medical, stay the fuck out of the club, man. There's like a lot of whole fucking room temperature shit.
Free drinks in the club? Should you be getting free garments?
A lot of artists don't expect. I think a lot of them just get it, like, because people want to send it to them so they can wear it and stuff. It's not so much it will be expected. People will just do it for you. The club owner might take you out the queue and say, "Get in the club. Here's VIP." It's the same with artists wanting free stuff and free clothes and stuff. Because a lot of the time, if you're a fashionable person, they will give it to you. Don't expect to get it.
Some people just demand to get into clubs, or they demand to get free stuff. And if they're demanding it, then it's not going to be as good for your reputation as asking. If you just ask, "Oh, do you mind if I have like a couple of drinks free for me and my friends?" If you're like a well-known MC or whatever, then people are going to respect you more.
Because they've gone through a period of time where they're getting it, then when they go to a place, they're now going to expect it because that's what they're used to.
But I'm saying that makes sense though, because it's like, if I wasn't interested in your garms anyway, but then you're saying to me, if you wear this, it kind of helps me out, that kind of makes sense for me to say, okay, cool, I helped you out in the beginning, and I didn't fucking know about you, now I want some more shit, help me the fuck out. So it's kind of like returning the favour. It's something my mother always told me that stuck with me from when I was very, very young. Whenever you give something to someone, don't expect anything back in return. And that's a big part for me in terms of why problems arise when situations like guest lists happen or people expect shit and they don't get given it, because you're expecting shit. Like, if you give someone something, give it out of the kindness of your heart. Consider it as an individual case. Don't think this fucking person owes you shit for the rest of your life afterwards. You feel me?
Do you know what I don't think artists are entitled to do either? I don't think they're entitled to bitch about people that are making certain YouTube comments about them or whatnot. Because I just think if you're putting yourself out there like that, that's just what you have to expect. I don't think that you're entitled to scream, shout, moan and make phone calls and even threaten some of these people because they're saying things about you. At the end of the day, you put yourself out there, you just have to expect that. For every one person who has an opinion about you, whether it's good or bad, there's thousands of people who have that same opinion.
Yeah.
You can't moan and you can't scream and shout and be upset that somebody's gonna be an internet bad boy and say things under that. You just have to expect it.
You leave school, you go into the workplace, the adult world, there's a new set of rules. Like, I know for myself, there was a new set of rules and I was like, oh, I'm not quite sure. There's adults here, oh dear Lord. It's different from being in school or university.
Yeah.
Fuck TV. TV is on its way out. We've got a beautiful thing called the internet and it's gonna be the fucking future.
Okay,
and
controversial statement then. Isn't that what they said about radio?
It's me and you, me and them.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yep.